Alright my friends, without water, all bets are off. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to show you how to capture the rainwater. In a different video, I will show you how to then purify the rainwater for drinking and cooking. But in this video, we are going to deal with installing the apparatus and getting your water catchment system up and running. Alright, first thing you need to acquire is the Catch a Raindrop Rainwater Colander. I will put a link to this exact one in the description. I like this one because one, you see it has a filter already on it that filters out leaves and debris. But two, and most importantly for me, is it has a 3/4 inch hose adapter on it. So you can actually screw in a garden hose. That gives you a lot of versatility. Alright, now the next thing you need to acquire is a receptacle of some kind. Now, I like using the Catch a Raindrop system because we can attach the garden hose to it, and that gives us a big versatility. We can virtually fill any receptacle that we have. So if you have a 55-gallon drum, that's great. If you've got a kiddie pool, that's great. Or your ice bathing tub like you see here. Or if you have a bunch of totes, or you can even make your own out of sandbags and plastic. Whatever you gotta do to store the water. Now, position your receptacle as close as possible to the downspout of your guttering system. Then, on the downspout, make a mark about 1 foot above the opening of your receptacle. That's where we have to place the colander, is above the opening of the barrel, because we have to use gravity to feed the water into the receptacle. So the colander must be placed above the opening of your barrel. Now, once you have your mark, remove any brackets below the mark that are holding the gutter to the wall, because once we make our cut, we need the gutter to move up and down freely. And once the bracket is removed, then take a hacksaw or a reciprocating hacksaw and make a nice clean, level cut all the way through the gutter. Now you will have two parts to the gutter, the top part that is still secured to the wall and doesn't move, and the bottom part, which you remove the bracket and now slides up and down freely. Now, take the colander and orient it appropriately, then simply slide it in between the two sections of gutter. Now, you must do this part very gingerly. You do not want to force or break any of the parts involved. So, coax it in there nice and easy. And then make sure that it's completely set as far as it can go in both directions. Now you will need to re-secure the gutter to the wall. You may need to reposition the bracket, but that's all right. Just make sure that it is secure. Now, measure the distance from the colander to your receptacle and cut a section of hose that is the appropriate length. We are then going to acquire a plastic female hose end adapter. We want to use plastic because the threads on the colander are plastic, and if we use metal, we run the risk of stripping out the threads and the whole system leaking. Now make a nice flat cut on the hose, and then remove the bottom portion of the hose adapter and slide the bottom portion over the hose. You then will take the top portion and fit it in to the hose. You may need to lube it up a little bit as I'm doing here, but you want it to slide in all the way until it stops. It has to be seated all the way in there. Once it's seated all the way in, then screw on the bottom portion, and that is going to compress the whole thing together. Now we attach the length of hose to the colander, and voila, you now have a water catchment system. When it rains though, this thing is going to flow like an open garden hose. So since this is the most basic, simple design, you have to have something ready to deal with the overflow, or you just take the hose out of the barrel and let it flow into your garden, whatever you choose. Well, here you have it, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to purify this water for drinking and cooking. But you can use it now for watering plants, watering the garden, washing, do all kinds of things. It's 0 ppm water. Good to go, okay? Good luck.